Hello again, everybody. One of my favorite Yellow Comet missions. One of my favorite missions in the entire game, actually. I love factory missions. I love missions that they're interesting, puzzly installations to fight past. Cameo by Hawk, we haven't seen since the beginning. The only black hole CO who's competent, although not quite enough to have caught on until now that Adder was losing. I don't understand what it means that Hawk is here. He doesn't do anything, and Adder doesn't seem to get punished or relieved from command for his epic failure. Something nonsensical is about to happen. So if you haven't done the Blue Moon campaign yet, which of course I haven't in this game, then you'll barely know who this guy is. I think this conversation should have only happened if you cleared Blue Moon first. And he lies here. He says he's here to help you, but actually he can't help you. If you haven't done Blue Moon, he doesn't actually help. It's not available. So they just seem to have kind of assumed you do Blue Moon first, even though they made Yellow Comet an option. So not the best writing there. Yeah, Blue Moon would be worthless in this mission, actually. No Blue Moon CO would be helpful. The only ones we want, they don't even mention it, but Orange Star is here, of course, and so the only COs worth considering are Kanbei and Max, because they can instant kill anything Adder throws at you. Pipe seams, mini cannons, anti-airs getting blown away by bombers, whatever. These two have got it. Very fun COs to play in this mission for that reason. Actually, Max will do the final blow. But let's, take a minute or so to talk about this map. So, Kanbei has a decent economy down here. Let me see. He'll have 11,600 next turn. I need to get... To build an anti-air, I need to have 9,600. So now... yeah, that'll work. So Kanbei has a decent economy. This base over here is my main target. It'll be under some fire from Adder pretty fast. I want to capture it and use it to deploy troops close to the front. Only Kanbei matters for power and technique. Adder will mostly deploy small troops out of these bases because he simply doesn't have that much money. His factory, though, will produce him free ships, tons of helicopters, expensive ground units like MD tanks, everything. 90% of his value in this chapter comes from that factory, not his bases. And here he has a nest of mini cannons, which are intimidating, but there are a few gaps in the defenses if you look closely. With Max, we want to do is just capture this port, and then use that to build a lander, use the lander to get an airport up there, and then use that to build two bombers and use it to fly over and wreck Adder's defenses. Nothing else Max does really matters. In fact, it's probably advantageous to just rush over there as fast as you can get there with two bombers. Especially because he tends to build a lot of anti-airs and missiles, which if positioned just by bad luck can be quite a nuisance as you try to approach the cannon. You're still guaranteed to win, but it can slow you down by a few turns while he produces more troops and therefore makes it harder to get a good power score. I'm going to advance full speed for the important bases, I think, rather than slow down for the unimportant cities. For Max, on the other hand, the bases are not actually important. All that matters is getting to the port and then to the airport. Now, whenever the AI produces a soldier out of the factory, I believe their AI is randomized. It can either be stupidly aggressive, fight intelligently, or sit tight and block the factory forever. This Scissors unit seems to be on super aggressive mode. For that unit, that's the most dangerous mode, because I can't afford to buy a rock to counter it. Anyway, I'm mostly just glad that he did not go into base blocking mode, because it's not much fun to win without opposition. And I've mentioned before that this is really more meant to be a series about how to win under adverse conditions and get a perfect score than how to win if luck favors you, like a lot of guys focus on. Alright, let's get moving. So, it's his double battlecopter turn. That's for that reason they built the early anti-air. So one of them is going offensive, one of them is going defensive. If he's in full offense mode with his copter, he'll often fly straight into your anti-air and basically suicide it. So whereas for his Scissors, being in full offense mode makes him as dangerous as he can get, for his copters it makes him neutralize himself really early. You've surely noticed that Kanbei has a port, by the way, but that's not really worth using. Naval units are always bad, Kanbeis are insanely expensive, and the rock, paper, scissors gameplay of naval combat is really just not fun or strategically interesting. Not to me anyway, so I'll get a tank instead. Okay, so next turn we'll have enough money to build a lander. This is perfect timing. I've heard some people talk about using Colin on this mission for some silly reason. If you have Blue Moon. Colin is a brokenly powerful CO, but no, he's worthless here, because Max can already afford to get a lander out in the only turn that it matters. He can afford to get a bomber out in the only turn that matters. And his bombers are much better than Colin's, so yeah, Max is the only worthwhile CO. Colin is wildly overpowered most of the time. It's not relevant for this mission. We'll talk about him when we get to the Blue Moon levels, of course. I never liked him anyway. Okay, one factory will soon be under my control, and I'll use that to deploy troops near the front lines. Okay, so his scissors unit is advancing full speed, therefore I'll need to do the landing under fire. That's perfectly fine because all I need is for one infantry to survive to capture the airport, and that is guaranteed. He just can't get in position fast enough to stop you from capturing the airport itself. Not as long as you strategize the way I did and just rush for the port before anything else. If you're lucky, his Scissors AI will be one of the more defensive modes and he'll waffle back and forth between Kanbei and Max for a while, not really deciding on one of them until it's too late. Oh well, there's that copter being stupid on full offense mode, like I said. Cool, so he is halfway to his CO power gates, it's important to remember. I am now most of the way to the base, that is great. Capture that thing. I'll have plenty of funds next turn to build a Neo-Tank, which is very good for your power score as Kanbei here. He doesn't seem to be advancing very fast with many tanks, so I can probably not need to worry about covering my anti-air with my tank and just have it go down through this wooded area. It's not that important, but occasionally Adder will cluster a lot of units there and bottleneck you in the heavy terrain. It can be good to avoid that. So, over we go. I'm pretty sure he'll target infantry here rather than the lander. If he targets the lander, it'll hurt my economy a little bit in the long term, but it'll be okay. One more infantry just in case he shoots one of these guys instead. But I'm pretty sure he'll shoot one of the infantry on the city. Yes, I was right. So if there's an infantry that is capturing, he's guaranteed to go for that, which is useful to exploit sometimes. Oh, that slows down a little bit. See, if I go for the capture now, he'll probably attack with the battlecopter from the north or the south, and then finish me off with the tank, so I won't get it. Whereas if I go for the attack with this anti-air, yeah, I'll kill the battlecopter, but then he'll hit me with his tank, and I'll take some damage. Not that much damage, but enough to slow me down, even further in getting through things. Still, I think that's the best option, so we'll go for it. He was unusually smart this time. Alright, he has a CO power now, so I need to remember that his attack range will be one space higher than currently displayed. Alright, that is all mine. You sit here and wait for our chance. We'll have one to capture that sooner or later. Alright, that's it for you. Over in the northwest, we do the important thing of targeting the airport, and I proceed with capturing a city because the AI is guaranteed to attack any kind of capturing infantry that's currently in its range. So that guarantees that his scissors will not target the lander, which would be more costly. I should have enough funds to build another infantry as a future distraction. Alright, so CO power away. It won't make any difference. His anti-airs are occasionally a nuisance, but again, it rarely matters. His tank took about as much damage as it dealt there, even though it's supposed to counter me, because I'm Kanbei. Double anti-airs, okay. He usually does that. So, now, question is, do I drive up my tank and shoot him, or do I pull it off and go for the capture, and just capture under fire because I'm Kanbei and I don't care? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to just do Kanbei things here, and just do the capture under fire. Maybe build one more infantry over there. Sometimes a second anti-air is useful too, but I think I can get away with just one for now. Okay, the airport is mine, which is the only thing that really matters. And I'll have enough money, as I said, to deploy just fine next turn. Well, which infantry will you target this time, Adder? And I wonder what his infantry that's near my capturing guy will do. Will he run south, or will he press into the east? Adder rarely builds anything from that port, because he almost never has much money. He gets his ships mostly for free from his factory instead. That fills up my CO power gauges max a little bit, which is nice. Okay, so he can't stop me unless I give him his CO power. So I just need to not give him his CO power. Easy enough. My infantry will actually be useful for getting a good power score here just by slaughtering his infantry. So I will keep a few of them around for that. I think I will get another AA gun here just to be able to break through more easily. I should still be able to afford a Neo-Tank next turn. Alright, so over here, I am guaranteed to get this. Well, no, that's not what I meant. I'm guaranteed to get some of these properties. And I'm guaranteed that Adder will not shoot that lander because there are guys capturing. And if there are captures afoot, he is sure to go for those. I don't know which one he'll go for, but it doesn't really matter much. His factory gives him a free rock, but I don't really care. The only naval unit that I have is a lander, and that's not actually important anymore. Oh. His rock didn't move. It's in the sit there until the end of time mode that'll just block up the factory forever. That's less interesting. Oh well. Glad that didn't happen earlier at least. It's pretty likely that one of his factory doors will get blocked up by this point. He can shoot through my factory guy and put a person onto the factory this turn. Take a little bit more scratch damage than is usual for Kanbei there, I think, but it doesn't really matter. His tank can drive down there and shoot me, and that's not great, so I'm going to stand over here instead, where if he shoots me, like, he is welcome to shoot my infantry that has 70% defense on that mountain. I'm trying to set up this T-Copter for a future kill with an infantry by doing some damage to it now. Trying to set up a good power turn later on where I kill a lot of things at once. I'm looking set to break through down in the south area. My funds are falling short by just a little tiny bit, so I can't quite build a Neo-Tank. Except I can join these infantry up for funds, like Sensei mentioned. Irrelevant on the chapter where he mentioned it, but very useful now. The reason why I'm building mostly Neo-Tanks and anti-airs, by the way, is simply that they can instant kill almost all of Adder's infantry walls. For that matter, Neo-Tanks can kill almost anything else that Adder builds in one hit, and anti-airs are good for his big air force. But the important thing is they're both units that are great for my power sword, because they can instant kill things and break through his walls in the tight spaces. Adder, you left your anti-airs in non-mutually supporting positions. Hawk is going to be so disappointed in you. Well, I think he will sink the lander now, but it doesn't really matter. These formations here are getting kind of annoying because I can't shoot everything at once. I can't both instant kill the helicopter and kill the thing that is blocking me from moving eastward off the base. So it's really hard to get a good power turn the way he's currently set up. He built a missile, but he built it on the wrong side for him, which often happens. If he builds a missile over here, he can occasionally be a nuisance with it. The missile is pretty worthless on its own, but it can just happen to cover most of the blind spots of the mini cannons, or vice versa. One thing at a time here. I think... Let's see. Even with his CO power, even if he breaks through, he can't really do a lot over there. Now, if I'm trying to think about what my best option here is. If I basically shoot that infantry dead with this one, I can also break through down here, so I'll get 2 kills there. This tank, I'm pretty sure can come up here and kill that thing. Then I think... Oh no, this anti-air wouldn't be able to do anything in that case. Okay, we will hold off for another turn or so then. In fact, I will station the Neo tank there just to guarantee that whatever he puts there I can blow away in one shot. Let's see how far along his CO power gauge is. Yeah, he's not there yet. I do want to avoid feeding him any free infantry. Maybe I'll back that guy up, in fact, and just take this shot. Setting up a lot of his injured infantry for him gives me lots of potential kills in one turn, which is what matters for the power score, as I've said before. Over like that we go. I'll call that good over here. I don't know what Adder's going for, but he has decided to walk himself voluntarily out of range to interrupt anything. Cool. This will give him his CO power. I think it's worth it, though. I want to get 2 bombers flying in together, just 1-2 punch as many cannon pipe anyway, so we'll do it like this. Alright, money. This will make it harder for Canva to break through, I suppose, but I still think I have a good chance to do so depending on what his exact formation is like. Oh, his factory gave him another free scissors. I hope he doesn't send it down south toward Canvey. Okay, well that's a free kill for my anti-air. Oh, he used his extra speed to retreat that infantry. Now I can't get it. That's unfortunate. Oh, he's really blocked in most of his own factory now. I guess we won't face much more opposition. Okay. So, what can I kill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So you can... Well, maybe you can't guaranteed kill it, so maybe you can do it guaranteed. Close enough. Oh, I guess he was at the low end of 5 HP anyway, so it was guaranteed. Oh well, so we've got 1 kill there. Should I join these? Yeah. 2 kills. Three kills. Kills. As a post-commentary note here, I make a big mistake here. I should have attacked with the anti-air first, killing the infantry on the plains, and then have the Neotank go up and kill the one in the wood with its superior firepower. I wrongly thought that they both had enough attack that the order doesn't matter. Due to that mistake and some bad luck, I only get 4 kills. I was hoping to get 5 kills, 6 kills, and then that would have been the end of any question of me getting the perfect power score. Didn't work though. So in that case, I am still worried about it, because he can get up to 40 units pretty easily. So I'll need to wait for or manufacture another opportunity to get 5 or 6 kills. Well, he can shoot that guy, but it's too late. Adder, did you forget to cover your anti-airs again? Well, I won't kill him, but I think I'll reduce him enough that I won't take too much damage. Yep. That's all that really matters. They'll just stay at 10 HP. Alright, so he can scram. Alright, Adder, you did foil my plan by having just enough defense that I couldn't kill you. What have you got for me this time? That scissors is going to run out of ammo before it accomplishes anything. It is kind of a shame that he's blocked himself in like that. That both makes things less interesting and means that he has fewer troops bunch up over here for Kanbei to kill. So, hurting my ability to get another good power score turn. Well, getting this T-Copy ready to be killed by infantry would be majorly valuable for getting another good power turn, like I've mentioned. I was worried about that. I did too much damage, so he'll probably just retreat it instead. So, I'll want to find and kill some other unit to boost up my power score. Alright, this will be an easy kill. I've got first strike about the city, so down he goes. This is uncovered, right? Yep. Okay, down goes the mini cannon. One shot, one kill. Max is so good. And I think that's about it for me. Oh, bit of a mistake there, but it doesn't really matter. How many times have I said that? Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter to me. Okay, so the problem that I'm currently facing is that I only see a few opportunities for kills over here. And he's not building any troops, so I can't really, beat that. Unless I just wipe him out before he builds many more troops, period. You know, if he won't bring his copters to land, maybe I should actually build a paper and go out and catch them at sea. Worth a try, nothing else to spend money on. I try things. Sometimes they even work. On the one hand, the fact that he just blocked himself means he's not producing many troops, so he's not threatening to damage the denominator of my power score. But the other hand is that he's not giving me opportunities to increase the numerator. I'll just fly this thing over here. Okay, so with my CO power, could this bomber get over to the target and destroy the minicannon? No, he would need the superpower, and I can't feasibly get that. So we've got a bit of a problem here. I'm trying to just wrap this up fast. If I do strike the thing, I am guaranteed to get my power off of that, I'm pretty sure. Notice, by the way, that I'm not going to attack his infantry in the northwest. I could kill it, but if I do, he'll replace it, hurting my power score. Okay, so now within 2 turns of winning for sure. But is that enough to win before he gets to 40 troops? No, he's in retreat. Well, he didn't build many things at least, so that's something. You know what? I'm going to break through there. I'm going to press harder up against where his forces are, and I'm going to make opportunities to get a lot of kills in one turn and get a good power score, instead of waiting for him to bring troops down to me. That tank is meant to be bait to lure in his copter into cruiser range. We'll see if it works. None of that matters. If I get my superpower, I could just fly around like that and do it, but I can't. So I'll just use my CO power instead. As always, I'm left wondering what in the world Max is trying to say when he says wanna test might. Okay, one turn from winning. Counterintuitively, I think Adder is less likely to get to use a power if I sink his scissors over here with my bomber. Currently he's at exactly 2 stars, so he'll guaranteed use his CO power. Normally killing his scissors would give him 3 stars and therefore give him his super. But because he's already used his power several times, it's gotten more expensive, and the scissors won't be quite enough to get him all the way. So yes, that attack took him from definitely using his CO power to not quite getting his super, which means Adder does not get to enjoy that 10% defense bonus and impede Kanbei with it. Alright, the bait worked. Well, I'm glad that the AI ended up being a little bit weird this time, and even that I made that one mistake. It made a good opportunity to teach about the different ways the mission can go, and how to guarantee that you get a good power score. He's not at 40 units, so I'm still at a perfect power score, but just to show that I could do better, I'm going to do better. For honor and glory and educational purposes, I'm going to go for as many kills as I can. Let's see, 1. 2. 'Sadly, by the way, killing a unit inside a transport does not count as a kill for this purpose. So you can't get a double kill that way. It just counts as killing the transport and nothing else. For fun, by the way, I sometimes do not go for the pipe with Max and just instead overrun Adder all the way with Kanbei and attack the pipe from behind ultimately. It's silly and obviously suboptimal, but it can be pretty fun. You can also go for the airport with a lander or whatever, but it's really not worth the hassle. Well, the APC was kill number 4, and this missile is kill number 5. 5 kills is plenty. If you win with reasonable speed as Max, you'll never have Adder get more than 50 units. Okay, well I've killed a ton of his units there, so easily a perfect power. The speed time limit is 21 days, so I'm way ahead of schedule on that. And I've lost no guys on Kanbei, and Max doesn't matter. So yeah, that's a fairly ideal outcome for this mission all in all, I would say. Outdid all the requirements. That's the win. This is kind of funny if you actually had Olaf causing snow in this mission, but otherwise, yeah. All this sunny, clear weather caused the problem. All of them saying we. Kanbei did the winning. It sure will. After all these years, I still think back this mission is one of my favorite ones the first time I beat it. Kanbei is slow on the uptake as usual. Olaf didn't see fit to mention that because he was illogically here, even though his homeland is being attacked, and they didn't bother making the script make sense because they forgot that you could do things in this order. Alright, on to Blue Moon. Blue Moon has some really interesting, well-designed missions. It doesn't surprise me that I've heard a lot of people call it one of their favorite campaigns of the whole game. Personally, I don't enjoy playing as any of the Blue Moon COs, though. They're really powerful, don't get me wrong about that. A lot of them are really strong COs, I just don't like playing on them. But despite that, it's fun because the missions are really well done, as I said. Alright, till next time, have a great day, everyone.